Just physical state of black.
So where's all the mad rappers at? It's like a jungle in his habitat. Fuck rapping and have it back. Go and hashtag that. I'm the apex.
Yeah, my name's Nooky. Yuin man from Nowra, born and raised in Nowra, but living in Sydney and signed to Bad Apples Music. You know, like our music, it's always been about stories and knowledge being passed down and things like that. So, you know, when Australia got settled, you know, colonisation came in and they stopped our people from using their language and their traditions and stuff, and they forced the English language upon us. And, you know, so Aboriginal people, being the resilient people they are, they, you know, were forced to speak this English language. They still bled their oral traditions into that, the way of storytelling and knowledge. So, like, when I perform hip-hop music, I look at it as like hip-hop is defiance for me. So it's like, you want to force my people to use English, well, I'm gonna use that against you. I'm gonna, you know, build my vernacular to the best of my ability and use your weapons back on you, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like,
get you.
That's why I really focus on lyricism and the art form of being a lyricist. That's why, like, you know, like great lyricists, people like Eminem and Kendrick, the way they use words and manipulate words, I'm constantly, like, all they would think about is words and how to play on words, how to bend them to make them fit into something. And, you know, I come up with the things like in a song I wrote, I'm from Nowra, where we ain't given too many choices. We can choose deaf footballer them cell bars, cuz. Not me, I sell bars, cuz. That's the play on the, you know, cell bars, jail cell, and in hip-hop terms, like verses, it's wrote in bars, so they're called bars. So cell bars and cell bars, you know, it seems simple, but it's, you know, it has a good effect when you use it in the right way.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, the way it's evolved is just kept our traditions, but modernised them. You know, YRMC used to say hip-hop's a modern-day corroboree, so when I'm doing this music, it's about passing on knowledge and telling stories and making a statement. Yeah. It means a lot to me, man. Like, music's pretty much saved my life. You know, if it wasn't for music, I'd be in Nowra still, not doing much. But because of music, like, I've had the chance to see the world. Like, I've been to America 3 or 4 times. I got to take my family overseas, so that was a big moment for me. You know, like, I think I was like 18 or 19 at that time, and you know, I got to take my family over to Los Angeles to launch a song I recorded over there with Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, nice.
And to be able to do that, it was a good feeling for me, especially having my little brother over there, because, you know, I feel like I opened his eyes to what you can achieve.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, that was a big thing to me. So yeah, Aboriginal music means a lot to me. Like, it's pretty much what keeps me going. Like, I live it, I breathe it. You know.
Yeah.
That's all I ever do. It's like a healing for me as well. You know.
Yeah.
I have emotions, whether I'm angry, or I'm sad, or I'm happy, I find the microphone, that's like the perfect place for me to put my energy into, you know. Like, if I'm angry, I'll put that anger into the microphone and it stays there, you know. And if I'm happy, it's like I tell the microphone my feelings and it captures that moment. Then when you release it and people, they feel what you're going through at that certain time. So like, it's a healing, you know, like going back to old ways, you know, like the process of healing and doing things the right way. I think music that's my way to do things. You know, the future for Aboriginal music, you know, outside of the country circuit, I suppose Aboriginal music has been kept to the back of the scene a lot,
Yeah.
especially hip hop.
Yeah, of course.
Even today, like, they talk about I'll talk about hip hop mostly because that's what I do. They talk about the hip hop scene in this country being diversified and it's going through major change, within the last few years. And I find that a lot of African Australians are having a good run at the moment, but still when it comes to diversity, like, we're still very much kept in the back of the conversation when it comes to the future of Australian hip hop. Like, you got guys on the forefront, like Briggs, Jimbler, Last Connection, myself.
Yeah.
But it's still like, when the major festivals, like there was a festival recently, none of us were on the bill for that. I find a lot of the time, like, I see articles and interviews and whatnot, and they ask the non-Indigenous rappers to talk about our art form, and that's a bit disrespectful in my eyes. And like, you want to know, come ask us.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's changing, and we're breaking down barriers and kicking in doors, but give it a few more years and it'll be how it should be. Hip hop was a black art form, it was black music.
Yeah.
In this country, it's non-Indigenous, it's more of a white thing, but we're going to take it back, and when we do, people are going to know about it. So it is changing. It's getting there slowly.
Yeah. But it's proven, like, every day you just gotta keep working, put more effort, work harder.
Yeah.
And in the end, all the hard work will be like worth it.
Yeah. Well, there's like guys like you coming up. Back when I started in Nowra, man, there was no one.
Yeah.
And now when I look at the scene on the coast, the south coast, there's so many rappers down there.
Yeah.
Like, it's mad. It's a good feeling, like, to see that grow from where I started and to now. Like, it's it shows that things are changing. Because when I started, like that line I said, we're not given too many choices. Like, I feel like hip hop wasn't shown to me, back then it was really only football and that was it. And so I decided to make music, and I was shown, I seen hip hop from my cousin that lived in Newcastle, and he introduced it to me, and then I was like, oh, I want to do this, and then I started doing it. And now when I look at Nowra or Wollongong and all around the south coast, there's so many rappers in every different little town, and it shows that things are changing. Like, there's different laneways there now. It doesn't all have to be sport. You can do music. So yeah, maybe a little bit. Sometimes I feel like because like what I said, there was no one. There was a few older boys, a few of the older cousins that were, they'll freestyle here and there, but no one actually recorded their stuff, learned about how the industry works, and went out and chased it. Like, I feel like I was the first one to do that.
Yeah.
So, if I did influence anyone in any way, that's mad, and I'm always there to support all the young lads on the coast if they want to come record music and all that. Like, people hit me up all the time, and I respond and try to do what I can for the scene and help them get up and do the things that I've done. So so Last Connection, Jimbler, Last Connection are big ones. I feel like they were they opened a lot of doors when it comes to getting into the mainstream side of things when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah.
YRMC, he put me on in the game. Like, my first time I ever rapped on a stage was with Y, so that opened a lot of doors for me. And Y, he's one of the first Aboriginal rappers I ever seen, and at that time he was way ahead of the game. So that was like early 2000s. Y's young fella, he comes on tour with me a lot of the time these days, Tasman Keefe, so I'm really feeling his stuff. He's a young lad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jimbler is a big one. Just the way he writes, it's poetic, and it really taps into his soul when he writes music, and you feel that it comes across. Briggs is another one, especially his older stuff. Like, I'm really into Briggs' older,
music.
Yeah, so EP Homemade Bombs.
Yeah, I'll listen to a couple of tracks from that EP.
Yeah,
I like his raw old style.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he's got that voice that just like it's so raw, but it when he spits on the mic, it just feels like powerful.
Yeah, and the Blacklist, man. That's my favorite Briggs album, man. Just for that thing, you know how raw he is and in your face, and it really cuts across.
Yeah.
Like, he's a monster live too, man. He's a crazy artist, but yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I really like Jimmy Little Raw Telephone. Just for what it did, you know. Jimmy Little done a lot of things, and to have that success off a song like that's an amazing feat for an Indigenous artist. So
yeah,
I'm really into that. Bad Apples by Briggs.
Oh, I like that one.
What else is there? I enjoyed working on Treaty with Jim Blah. That's one of my favourite songs. What else is there? Yeah, man, there's just too many.
There's too many. I don't even have a favourite song. Like, there's so many good songs, especially from Australia and like the new music that coming out later.
Yeah.
It's just so good, especially with Briggs' song called Firing Squad.
Oh,
yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
that's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
at the moment. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, Briggs Trials and Howie.
Yeah,
another one of the brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so been working on an EP with Jim Blah, so that's just about finished. Been slowly chipping away at the album. I've been doing a bit of work with Trials from the Funkles. His other following Firing Squad.
Yeah.
Been doing that, and got a few shows coming up, so I'm heading to Nowra on the 30th of June to go do some stuff there with the AMS. Carriage Works on the 7th of July. I've got a gig here with Jim Blah, Tasman Keith. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
And a few more little things here and there. I've got one up in Newcastle on the 10th of July, so July's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And mine's just about life, eh? Most of my music stems back to being born and raised in Nowra and having the family that I had, and my experiences growing up and my experiences now. So I just write what I'm feeling at the moment, and if I see something I don't like, and I'll write a song about that. If it gets released or not, that's another thing. But my messages are always, it's just about life, man. It's real music. None of that fake stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Being signed the Bad Apples, like I said, we sent some major waves through the industry, eh? It feels like a...
Feels like you're part of something bigger.
Yeah, it's a movement, brothers. It's a movement. It's more a movement than a label. So, all black artists can get together like this, and the music that we make is dangerous music. Dangerous.
If you speak the truth, people will.
That's it.
Notice, but will they notice positivity?
That's it. And so the whole thing about Bad Apples is it's changing the landscape. Like what I said before, hip hop's predominantly white, but we're gonna change that. We're gonna take it back to where it came from. Yeah.
We're
gonna take over. We're gonna make Australian hip hop black, and that's what Bad Apples is about. Changing it. So it's not everything you hear on the radio when it comes to Australian hip hop is a white artist, or whenever someone comes to the country, their support act isn't always a white artist, So we got major plans to change that.
Yeah, of course.
And we got the good backing too, it's either you're with us or you get run over. It's there's a movie I used to watch, it's called State Property, and that was it was like the Rockefeller boys, the Rock boys, so Dame Dash, Jay-Z, all those guys, and they used to have a saying, is get down and lay down, and that's pretty much how Bad Apples is. If you're not with us, then feel sorry for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But Golden Era's behind us, so the hoods are backing us 100%. And it's good to see that a lot of people are supportive of what we're trying to do, and they're not trying to shut us down, you know. Illy shared my video the other day, you know. So
really?
Yeah, bro. So it's like, yeah, it's a good feeling, you know. Like we've had some battles as bad apples, like, you know, not with the industry, but, you know, just society in Australia, you know. Like there's been some things pop up that, you know, we've took it upon us to go against it, you know, say that isn't right, man, pull up, you know. So
yeah,
it's good, you know. It's not all about music, it's about change.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good feeling to be on Bad Apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's the things I speak about in Bad Apples take on, you know, like we all went in on that, the guys painting themselves up and doing all that stuff.
Yeah, I've seen those, stupid.
Yeah, I wrote a song about it called Dress Ups, actually.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, songs on racism, so when me and Jim Blah worked on Treaty, that was, you know, about the closures of Aboriginal communities and whatnot. I feel that was a very powerful, strong song. We made a good stance on that one. You know, I wanted to go really hard on that song, and I feel like I did, you know.
Yeah.
With lines like, you know, like the Freedom Ride. So what they did was, it was a beautiful time in history. Like they fought the fight and they had some good outcomes, and, you know, so that was like, it's always a moment that's held in high regard for Aboriginal people. And these days I feel like Australia's going backwards. Yeah. So I wanted to take like a good moment in history and flip it on its head. So that's why I came up with the line, I'm fed up, I'm sick of hearing these lies. That's why this anger inside has got me feeling like crashing the freedom ride into the side of Parliament. That's the anger I felt. That's exactly how I felt at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I'm going to get the freedom bus and I'll crash it in the side of Parliament and see what you do, you know?
Yeah,
keep pushing me and see what happens.
Yeah, and you're just being real as well and just living it true.
Yeah, so that, write songs about racism all the time, man.
Yeah.
So I'm on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's just Nooky Music on all of them, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, Nooky, for doing this interview.
Oh, good, man.
Leaving you with heat, it's going down. I got the club bumping, man, it's going down. I got the crowd jumping, man, it's going down. I got your body rocking, man, it's going down. I got your head bopping, man, it's going down. I got the party live, man, it's going down. I keep my flow tight, man, it's going down. I got them going insane, I got them screaming my name. I'm topping the game, I got it going down.